Welcome to the Mother-Daughter-ish podcast. It's your mama's favorite podcast.
And the podcast your daughter always wanted.
This is Miss Dawn.
And Angelique.
From the 713. Houston, y'all. Get connected and stay connected weekly as new shows debut on Sunday, Wednesday, and please check out our Saturday Out and About showcases.
Enjoy the show. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell every woman on the planet that you know about our show.
Here's our show for today.
Hey mothers and daughters, here at the MDI, which is Mother-Daughter-ish show. We'd love for you to support us by joining us over on Instagram at Mother-Daughter-ish _. Join our book clubs and our mastermind groups. And if you are interested in advertising your woman-owned business, contact us at contactmdishows@gmail.com. Hey, come on and join our movement.
Okay, mothers and daughters, today we are going for our train ride, and it's so amazing how I just said a couple of weeks ago that I was getting ready to go on a train ride, but I was going to do it either in, I think, it's right outside of Houston, like an hour or two away from me. It's like Livingston or Lufkin or something like that. But then I found myself in Arkansas, and I just happened to look up things to do, and one of the things to do was the Arkansas Rail, which I just find so very fascinating. And so again, as usual, I'm excited to bring this excitement to you. Now, let's see if I can get across the street without becoming Flat Stanley. So I'm gonna go ahead and cross the street. Okay, I think I make it. Okay, and so this is the rail system. Now I gotta figure out how to get in, and you know, it's one thing to try to figure out where to park. Then your next dilemma is, okay, where do you go in and which door? So I am gonna be videoing the whole train ride, but I wanted you to see what it looks like out here. They do train rides at 10. They do a lunch train ride. They do a dinner train ride. I chose to do just the regular excursion train ride, which is at 10:30 a.m. And I chose that one because it's an hour. And I wanted to just kind of do that and go on with the other 5-10 things that I want to do. The location is at 299 North Main, as you can see there, and they are doing train rides today, as you can see. And by the way, if you want to just look, the train is actually right over there. It's an old-fashioned train. So let's go and get inside and show them my ticket and show them my proof, of payment, so that I can go ahead and get registered. I'm here like 45 minutes before the train is going to leave, but I'm going to be videoing the whole time, so I'm quite excited. So let's get inside and figure out what the next step is. So as you can see, it's a very old-fashioned looking train station, and all of that goodness. Let me get checked in, and I'll just kind of show you around. And by the way, they have popcorn, so you know I'm going to get me some popcorn because it smells so good. And look at that, there's a sign of Murphy's Law out there. And you know Murphy's Law is anything that could happen just might. So this is the Railway Express Agency train. So as you can see, I got the important things. I got my ticket to get on the 1920s train, and I got my popcorn. So I'm kind of like that person that they say you can dress them up, but you can't take them nowhere. I'm the one, because if they're cooking popcorn, so on the train there's going to be a conductor. Somebody else going to explain everything. There's a lot of people coming in, so looks like it's going to be a good train day. I don't feel nobody, but I bought 2 bags of popcorn. 1 to kill right now, and one to eat slowly as the conductor is talking on the train. So, it's going to be a good day. It's an hour to an hour and a half. And I'm going to sit here and wait. This popcorn is so good. I'm getting deliveries. It's good. I gotta go before y'all start getting hungry and thinking y'all gonna get some. Bye. That I sat there and ate all that good popcorn. I was just sitting there waiting for my ride and waiting for the conductor to show up and watching the people that were coming in and out and just kind of listening to what they had to say too. We were all very, very, very excited. I feel like while sitting, I'm in like an old Western movie. Like, I can't think of that Wild Wild West, whatever the name of that movie was Will Smith was in. I feel like I was sitting there in an old Western movie. And I just love the fact that they kept the train station old fashioned and just, it was just lovely. The train conductor, I got excited because he was dressed the part. He looked the part, very professional. First thing I was thinking is I'm about to get me a photo with the train conductor. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody looking at. I'm getting me a picture with the conductor because it's about to go down. I was so excited like a kid. I wanted to take as many pictures as I could so that you could see the old-fashioned nature. If you didn't remember me saying, I was in Southeast Arkansas, and this is in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. If you go near the downtown, that's actually where I caught the train from. But I wanted to get as many pictures as I could to just show you that it does look like an old Western movie, that it does look like I was in some exotic, place where they had like old train rides or whatever. But I was so excited because I started hearing the horns coming down, the toot, 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 and I just got so excited, like I say, like a little kid. And it just was really, really exciting. There was nothing fancy about it. There was, nothing that I couldn't handle, but I was excited. It's coming. It's getting ready for us to get on it. As you can see, everybody that's going to be on it. I see the conductor waving at us. It's waving.
Right here.
It says Eureka Springs and Arkansas Trailways. So that is the train that we're going to be doing. You can see the train right there in the back. Back there, waiting for us. All the way back there. Okay, I'll go get my other bag of popcorn.
We got a little bit wet. But everybody still wanted to go on the ride, and everybody still wanted to smash pennies down there at Junction, which we're going to do the same thing today. Well, this is a historic railroad. Originally started in 1883. Totally torn out in 1961 with the exception of the depot. The tracks were all gone, it was just the raised rock bed and the depot. And that sat vacant until 1980 when the current owners bought this and started laying track. Our goal on this train is to show you kind of what it was like to ride the trains back in the day. There's no restrooms. There's no air conditioning. Yeah. We do have a pot-belly stove in there. The original steam heaters are along the walls, but hey, we don't run steam anymore. So we use the wood stove. And I'm sorry, I got the fire going, and for some reason it didn't draw quite right. So, round 2. It's doing well right now. As we go down the tracks, just our speed, it'll draw really well, nice and warm. So you might want to sit near that stove, at least on the way down. Well, I'm not going to worry about the windows, but I will tell you when we have the windows open, sometimes a window will drop. So I tell people don't put anything out the windows. It seems kind of strange how those windows drop sometimes when I'm telling the ghost story on our way back. So I think we've got a ghost still riding with us. Please don't do anything that might make our ghost mad. You all get to go home. I got to ride this thing again. There are no restrooms.
The conductor was so professional, and he treated it just like it was like, okay, listen, this is what my job is. This is what y'all's job is. Let's all work together.
Please don't kill our trees. Use the restroom here. We'll wait for you. We run on Arkansas time. A little bit more relaxed. That's the reason why I moved to this state. It is relaxed. The seats you're going to be riding on have a brown vinyl upholstery. That was what was there when we got this car in 1980. We've left it there for nostalgia reasons. But underneath that brown vinyl on every seat is the original rattan upholstery with horsehair padding. So when you go home, you can tell your friends and family you went to Junction by train, or you can tell them you went by horseback. Hey, it's your story. You tell them what you want them to hear. Well, he's hiding over there. That's Harvey, our engineer. He used to be the engineer on the steam locomotive that used to run here. Sadly, it quit running in 2001. I'll talk more about that on the train. In the back, we have our brakeman, Alyssa. She'll be riding at that end of the car on our way down to Junction. And yep, she's going to be outside. I can remember those days, but for me it was in the spring. Not quite as nippy as it is right now. But she'll be our eyes as we back out to head towards Junction. She's got a set of brakes. She can stop us safely if she needs to. So we're in good hands with her. And me, well, my name's Greg. I'll be your conductor today. So again, welcome to the Eureka Springs and North Arkansas Railway. I need a helper. You look like a likely helper. We try to make memories here the best we can. Now my helpers range anywhere from about 4 years old up until their 90s, and all points in between. You know what they say when they're getting ready to get on board a train? Nope. Well, you look at those people and yell, all aboard.
All aboard.
There you go, just like a professional. Now hang on just a second. I've got something for you. We're going to smash pennies down there at Junction. But I do these differently. I call these the conductor's points, and I give them to my fellow conductors. Put a penny down, then I lay another one partially across it, and I make a long chain. That way, when the train runs across it, you can see the imprint of the other point. Makes it a little different. There you are for helping me. And, well, I guess without further ado, like he said, train now boarding for Junction, Arkansas. All aboard.
Woohoo! That I told you I was gonna get my picture with the conductor. He was way too handsome for me not to.
Okay, so I've come up the steps, and now I'm getting on the train. So exciting.
Most of that sweat on the window should dissipate when we start moving. At any time you can't hear me, please.
Those seats, everything was so old-fashioned and just run down, and I love it.
Texans are all right with me. But you know, several years ago, the rights to the name Ozarka Drinking Water was sold. Nestle's Foods bought it. They moved it to Texas. So now it's Texas spring water. Still good water, I drink it. But you know, if it's going to say Ozarka, it needs to be from right here. I'm through preaching now. Let's go for a train ride.
To get also a little bit of video of some of what I was looking at out of the window, like old cabins and pets walking around and forest and trees and rail tracks and all of those type of things. The reason why that was so important is just so that you could see that we were going through real wilderness of like the Arkansas woods and things like that. It was so fun. I really, really enjoyed myself. And I got a chance to hear a lot of the stories that he had to tell about what was going on back in the day when they built the trains and who rode it and who did what. And I'm going to let you enjoy some as well.
That is the only way I've seen that tunnel. I guess I'm going to have to be a lawbreaker one of these days and be a trespasser. I'm going to see that tunnel. So this is Junction, Arkansas. There was never a town here. It's just where the tracks split to go to Harrison or go to Junction. Maybe you've seen it before. You can recognize it. Seen the movie Frank and Jesse? Frank and Jesse James was made in about 1993. Had Rob Lowe as Jesse James. Bill Paxton later did the movie Twister about the tornadoes. He plays his brother Frank and country singer Randy Travis. This coach being pulled by the steam locomotive. Here's 3 stars happen to remember the old 3-part miniseries, The Blue and the Gray. It was shot in the early 80s. It had Gregory Peck, Stacy Keach, a whole host of stars. They shot some of their scenes in our rail yard.
At this moment where we were getting ready to take the pennies that he gave us and put them on the track, and then what they're going to do, as you'll see in just a moment, is they take the train and they run it over the penny, and then you get the flattened out penny, just like Flat Stanley, but it's a penny. So I wanted to participate in that, so I took a couple of pennies and a quarter so I'd have a souvenir. Again, look how wonderful that train looks, just in pristine shape for its age.
Backwards, 1 stop, 2 go forward. Engine. The lightweight. Weight about 50 pounds. Liquid weight about 10 pounds. Like they say in the casinos,
Money down. And then rotate.
Pennies. You can see there are 3 pennies right there. There were other coins too, but some of them, when it popped on the track, they fell into the leaves and things like that. That's why you see people down on the ground getting their pennies off of the ground. So don't be surprised if you see people getting pennies off the ground. It's simply because we had to pick them up because the train pretty much destroyed them right there on the ground. So it was a great experience, and I had never done it before, so I loved it. And not only did I love watching the adults pick up their coins, but it was very exciting to see some of the kids pick up theirs. Or, you know, there's only maybe a couple children that were there, but they seemed to be just absolutely delighted to be able to pick their coins up. So it was really, really cool. And the train ride was cheap.
okay, if I can get everybody back behind his eyes. Now he's going to pass us and go up to where those tracks merge. Stop. But please wait until I tell you we're safe. He'll get up there and stop, but then he rolls backwards sometimes. Until those brakes are locked. If for some reason they fail to lock, gravity's going to bring that train back into us. But please wait until I tell you it's safe. Let's hide some coins. 50,000 pounds, 93,000.
See the 3 little pennies.
It's really hard in the fall because of all the leaves.
That's yours, Mama.
No, we had this.
Oh yeah, that's mine.
It's yours then? Okay. Oh.
Where'd it go? Oh no, I lost it. No.
How many do you
There's a quarter there.
Sometimes they move up, they get caught on the wheel and move up a little bit.
There's one over there. I see it.
Yeah, but it's that lady's. No, I have 3 pennies. Let me see the other 2.
Did you find all yours down here? Anybody missing any?
Yeah, I didn't get my
Oh,
3.
there's a penny still on the track right there in front of you.
No, wait. Oh. Okay, so now I have 2.
You never found your penny?
Awesome.
Okay, did everybody find their coins? Yes, sir. Okay, if you didn't, well, you did what most owners of this railroad down. There may be a high-speed train coming a lot faster than you realized. Might not end up well. Third, okay, you got your coins down. You're standing back where you think you're safe. When high-speed trains hit those coins, sometimes it shoots them off the track like a bullet. I've heard of a penny that was found stuck in a stop sign. And you know they don't put stop signs real close to the tracks. This thing flew a long way, still had enough force to bury itself part way in that metal stop sign. So I think you can see the potential. Please don't do it. Now, a more personal story. I was 8 years old when President Kennedy was assassinated. My mom glued me to the TV. She said, "You watch this. This is history." One of the things I remembered, they were taking the president's body by train. The TV broadcaster said people were putting pennies on the tracks ahead of the train. That way the train would run across and they'd have a little keepsake. But you know, they said something that even as an 8-year-old, I just couldn't believe. They said the engineers claim they can feel when they start running over the pennies. Now, I knew trains were heavy. I didn't know what they weighed. Locomotives over 100,000 pounds. But I knew they had steel wheels, steel rails. And I figured when they ran across the pennies, it'd be just like stepping on a bug. You wouldn't even know it. If they said the engineers could feel it. So this is the end of my 3rd season. When I first came down here, I told Harvey that story. I said, "Can you feel those pennies?" He said, "Yes." Since then, I've noticed, especially the way I make the conductor's coins where they're kind of stacked. You see the wheels do this as they hit them. That's the vibration. That's what they feel in the cab. Well, back in the day, when they had the steam locomotives, you know, we've got the turntable up there. No turntable down here. So what they did is they disconnected the coach along this section of tracks. They take the locomotive up around the curve to a switch. Go through that, back it up, across the valley to the east, through another switch. Throw that one, bring it back forward. Now it's headed the right direction. They come back into the coach, ready to take us back to Eureka. But on that bridge, they would do what's called a blowdown. All steam boilers have to have it done twice a day. It removes impurities out of the boiler. So what they do is set the locomotive up there, they'd open up these valves, all kinds of water would come gushing out of there, and then steam would billow out, start going up, and on a sunny day like this, you got to see a rainbow. Wish they still had steam, but you know, it takes some awful, awful deep pockets for anybody to run steam because of the number of inspections you have to have done is mandated by the government. The costs of those inspections, and then insurance. Think about it. Steam locomotive, well, it's basically a bomb waiting to go off. Some of those ran on about 300 pounds of pressure. Understand, when he sets those brakes, they're air brakes. It takes a while.
Headed back to the train station. Basically, the train started at the station going down into the woods, and then it did a reverse and went back. The train had an old style heater on it and everything. Let me tell you, it was so cool. And the knowledge that the train conductor had was absolutely amazing. And I love that. See, the train conductor also came around and punched our tickets for us. So yes, I have my ticket as a souvenir so that I can put it in my travel scrapbook just to be able to have it. But he punched those tickets just like any other train ride. And again, check out how sharp he is. I mean, he dressed and played the part. He spoke the part. He explained the part. He made the ride so very interesting, so educational, and just one of those things like it was worth the $35.
That concludes our train ride for today. It was really, really fun. Just wanted to give you one last view of the ceiling, the floors, and the seats. And the seats go back and forth so you can run front or backward. But that's it for today, mothers and daughters. This was so much fun. It was really, really fun. So if you find yourself in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, make sure you take the train ride and make sure you tip your conductor, because I did. He was so good and just so, you could tell he had so much pride in his work was, and I can appreciate that. I love that sound on the train. It just sounds so really good. So I wanted to watch the train go back to this place to pick up the next group of people. The driver is Hardcover, and he did a great job. This was so much fun and so worth it. Really, really, really worth it. Just wanted to get one last view of it. And let's see what else I can get into. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope that down in the description box you can find all the information so that if you want to do it too. Yay!
Hey, mothers and daughters, here at the MDI, which is Mother Daughter Ish Show. We'd love for you to support us by joining us over on Instagram at mother.ish_. Join our book clubs and our mastermind groups. And if you are interested in advertising your woman-owned business, contact us at contactmdishows@gmail.com. Hey, come on and join our movement.